we do the mash. The monster mash. Wow. You know, monster mash is fun for monsters, but around here, we do some bacon. So I have a cookie that's going to allow me to do the monster mash in the kitchen. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to mix it up. Coming up next. And welcome to Turtle's Tasty Treats, where we make baking from scratch easy. Today I'm excited to do the monster mash right here in the kitchen. Now let me tell you the ingredients that you will need. The ingredients that you will need are 1 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1.5 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 cups of old-fashioned oats, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of M&Ms, 1 cup of chocolate chips, melt chocolate, and 1 cup of peanut butter. The items that you will need in order to do the monster mash will be a mixer, a large bowl, a whisk, and a spatula. Now, our oven, it has to be preset to 375 degrees. To get started, we're going to go ahead and add the butter to the bowl. And now, we're going to mix it up. Now we're ready to add the flavor to the butter, vanilla extract that is. And now it's time to mix it up. Now it's time for a little sugar. We're going to go ahead and add the granulated sugar. Next, we're going to add the brown sugar. And let's mix it up. And now we're ready to add the eggs to our cookie dough. I always like to crack my eggs into a separate bowl. That way, if there's a broken shell or a bad egg, it goes into my bowl and not into my cookie batter. So let's go ahead and add the egg. And let's mix it up. Now we're going to do the same thing for our second egg. Now this recipe calls for an egg yolk. An egg yolk allows for the cookie to be chewy. So what we're going to do is going to crack open our egg and we're going to move the egg yolk back and forth in the shell. Once we just have the egg yolk, we're going to now pour that egg yolk into a separate bowl. And now we can add it to our cookie batter. And let's mix it up. Taking our spatula, I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of the bowl. This allows for all of your ingredients to make sure they're not stuck on the side and that it's fully incorporated into your batter. Now we're ready to mix up our flour. We're going to go ahead and take our all-purpose flour, empty it into the bowl. Now we're going to take our salt, baking soda, and baking powder, and we're going to go ahead and pour it into the bowl with our flour in it. Now taking a whisk, we're going to go ahead and mix it up by hand. Now adding a little bit at a time, we're going to add our flour into our cookie dough. Taking our spatula again, we're now ready to scrape down the sides of our bowl again. Let's mix it up one final time. Now taking our spatula, we're going to go ahead and scrape down all of our cookie dough off of our paddle. And now we're going to do the monster mash right here into our bowl. We're going to add our oats, our M&Ms, our milk chocolate chips, and our peanut butter. Now that it's all mashed up, we're going to go ahead and take our spatula and give it a final fold of all of the monster ingredients. Now let's put our little monsters on the pan. Taking an ice cream scoop, I'm going to go ahead and scoop out our cookie dough and place it on our pan about an inch apart. Now while baking our monsters, they're going to rise. But in order for them to remain flat, I'm going to place my thumb and place it on top of each one of our cookies. And now that our monsters are all mashed, they're ready to go ahead and chill in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. Now that our cookies have chilled, it's now time to bake them for 9 minutes. Now that our cookies have baked for 9 minutes, we're going to go ahead and let them cool down for 5 minutes. Now that our cookies have cooled down for 5 minutes, we're going to move them from our baking tray to our cooling rack where they will completely cool down. And now it's time to taste our tasty treat. But I'm allergic to nuts. So today we have a very special guest.
Hello, I'm Jimmy.
Ready to taste?
I am.
All right.
These are delicious.
Well, there you have it. I'll see you in the next one. And subscribe for more. We do the mesh, the monster mesh. Wow.